Yo, what's good? I'm back for another video. Now, earlier today, I saw the movie Him. It is not directed by Jordan Peele. Most people think it is, but it's only Jordan Peele's producing it. He's the producer, not the director. The actual director is Justin Tipping. Now, this movie stars Tyreek Withers and Marlon Wayne, right? Wayans, yeah. Marlon, I really hope I'm saying that right. Wait, hold on. Let me check 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Marlon Wayans. So Marlon, obviously, he's iconic. Best known, I would say, from Scary Movie 1 and 2, The Haunted House 1 and 2, and White Chicks. Those are my favorite performances from him specifically. And in terms of Tyreek Withers, he was recently in try to ignore that. He was recently in the. Well, my nephew seems to be having a bit of a stroke right now. I apologize. But yeah, Tyreek Withers, he was recently in the new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie, and he was actually really good in that. He played Teddy, Danica's love interest. Wow, he is like outside my door right now. This is just like, oh man, it's something about ice cream. But yeah, Tyreek, he's playing Cameron, and Marlon is playing Isaiah, and they're essentially the main two stars of the movie. We also have Julia Fox playing Isaiah's wife in the movie. So this is basically Cameron. His dad, he was basically born into like a football family. Now, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of football. I'm not really a big fan of sports to begin with, but maybe one day I'll look into it. But yeah, essentially, his dad is a big football fan, and he was basically raised up into it, playing ever since he was like a jit. And then he grows up, and he gets an opportunity to train with Isaiah, who is like a god in his household, and things start to get a little weird. Now, what I will say is, in general, this movie is pretty weird, but I feel like I've been seeing a few different things. I would say I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but I understand where people are coming from with certain criticisms. They were talking about mainly how the movie didn't really mesh well together and was a little confusing at times, and that certain people had an issue with the ending. Now, I feel like for the most part, I wasn't confused. Like, I don't know what people were getting confused about. There are like some weird things that happen. Like, for instance, early on in the movie, Cameron gets assaulted by a random person in this costume, and they don't really delve deep into it. Just that, he got hit. He got like this scar on his head now, and it like, for some reason throughout the movie, he like sees things, like he's tweaking and shit throughout the movie. And I guess that's not necessarily explained, which I guess is why some people might be confused. And the ending, I wasn't really confused by the ending. And I didn't hate the ending. I feel like it was, I thought it was going to end a different way to begin with. But so essentially, he goes there to train. It's, 6 days? The movie takes place over 6 days once he gets there. It takes place in San Antonio, Texas. Pretty sure, because they were talking about the teams. The capital of Texas is Austin. A few other major cities: Dallas, Houston, Lubbock, Amarillo, El Paso, Fort Worth. It's in the South. Second biggest state, but right behind Alaska. But yeah, Marlon's character, Isaiah, I will say his performance was really good. really tapped into that like crazy, retired veteran type shit. Not veteran, like, he's going into retirement, so he's looking for a good successor, and that's basically where Cameron's character comes in. A lot of weird shit happens. Cameron is losing it a bit. He can't interact with any of his family members, neither his girlfriend. Julia Fox is kind of like this. She's like this. At first, she seems like weird, but then supportive of Cam. But ultimately, it's pretty much everything is just a facade with these characters. They're pretty evil. So let me just cut to the point. These people are like, this is something with blood, like giving their blood out to like. Well, Cameron said you're giving out white people blood to white people to Marlon's character when the final showdown happens, and so it's something to do with blood and some type of satanic evil ritual, basically selling your soul and taking the blood of some type of gods to be the goat, essentially, to be him. There's another character, this doctor guy, who tries to help Cam, tries to tell him to, dip, because, there's some evil shit going on, but he ends up getting decapitated by Julia Fox. So there's that. There aren't a lot of jump scares, and when it does happen, it's not really super effective. So I don't think you should have to worry about that. It's very, the style of it's very Jordan Peele feeling, very nigga-ish. So yeah. My theater was pretty empty, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty empty. When I left, when the movie ended and I walked out, this lady with her son, I'm pretty sure, she was like, sir, what did you think of that? And I was like, and she was like, yeah. She was like, she didn't like it. She said it was weird. I said it was weird. Her son thought it was like an artistic masterpiece. So, yeah. So Cameron and Isaiah have their little showdown. They fight. Isaiah wins. He goes out. That's where we got that shot from the trailer of him, like, extending his arms and shit. He basically kills everyone, a part of the satanic ritual. And Julia Fox, she kind of kills herself. She trips and falls into the knife that she was holding. And then it just ends. And then some demon takes the last white guy standing. He has glasses. I'm pretty sure he was the manager, and he just explodes into like a white or red mist, and that's how the movie ends. Cameron just walks off into the distance. Essentially, his dad made a deal with the head, the guy in charge, the prime leader of the demon satanic shit that's going on. So basically Cam was just groomed into it, essentially, and his whole life was basically kind of a lie, low-key. But yeah, I would say it's a weird movie. It's definitely not gonna be for everyone. I feel like I didn't hate it, but it was weird, and I wouldn't watch it again. I would say the performances were fire. I would say Marlon and Tyreek, they were incredible, as well as Julia Fox, and that's and the guy, the doctor guy. That's about it. Everything else was just kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know where people are getting the notion that Jordan Peele was the director, because he wasn't. I guess it's just because they were like plastering his name all over the poster, so it made people assume that he was directing it. But no, this is all Justin Tipping. So, word. But yeah, I think that's about it. This movie was artistic. So there's that. The next few I think I only have like 2 more movies left for September, so Another slow. Honestly, I feel like the whole back end of this year, there's not a lot coming out that not a whole lot, but I feel like I should be able to get. I'll probably be able to. There's still, at least once a week, I'll probably be seeing a movie. We'll see. I almost had a stroke there. I apologize. But yeah, this back end, I feel like this year in general, there has been like a lot of big movies coming out, but it definitely wasn't as chaotic as last year. If I was locked in all of last year and making movie reviews, that because I saw like borderline 100 movies last year, but this year it's much more. It's slowed down a bit, which is okay. But yeah, next two movies, you guys will definitely get two videos next week for sure. But yeah, man, that's it. This has been my review for him. You're just gonna have to, if you want to take a chance to see it, go ahead. At first I wasn't gonna see it, but I was like, it's in my main theater, so it's like it's not really a big hassle. So yeah, go check it out if you want. But word. Anyways, I'm the Hero Light Legend, Tyree Figueroa, signing out. Peace.